Breaking news as we have a massive Kyrie Irving injury update. And if you've been watching this channel from the time Kyrie Irving got injured till now, we have followed very closely on Kyrie from the time he got injured to the time he got surgery, all up until now. And the only real issue with his injury is that the updates are a little bit inconsistent. First they say he's ahead of schedule, then they say he's on schedule, then there's a timetable, there's no timetable. The updates we've gotten about Kyrie Irving have been very concerning, a little bit interesting. But the one we got yesterday kind of puts everything into perspective. As just yesterday, we got the report that shows that Kyrie Irving is more ready now than a lot of people believe. A lot of people close to the situation have said that if the playoffs were to start today, Kyrie Irving would be playing. But the real question is, well, if he's that ready, then why isn't he playing? And there is an answer for that we'll get to in this video. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the Kyrie Irving injury update, see how close he is to return, when can we expect that return, and what's the holdup? But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before you start with today's video, we're currently sitting at 22,986 subscribers. The channel grows by the day. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, from our live streams, our watch-alongs, our news vids, and everything else in between, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But the Dallas Mavericks are currently 4-11 after a very embarrassing loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and things aren't really getting better. Yes, the Dallas Mavericks do have a top 10 defense, congratulations, but unfortunately our offense is well below league average. It's actually one of the worst offenses in the entire NBA, and we unfortunately have to see that every single time the team plays. But a lot of people will be quick to point out that the only reason why our offense is that bad is because we're not fully healthy, and that's the truth. The truth of the matter is we're not healthy. It's very hard to gauge how good or how bad this team is when you're not seeing the full finished product. Anthony Davis has about a week left until he's reassessed to see if he needs more time or if he can return right away, as well as Kyrie Irving's out. Dante Exum, if he's even a factor really, has been out. Probably won't come back this season. We also know that Daniel Gafford re-aggravated his ankle. And then you got Derrick Lively, who's not playing back-to-backs as he's slowly ramping up his return from his injury. And with all that being said, the Dallas Mavericks have everything working against them. It seems like the woes of last season have bled into this season, and we just still have to deal with it. And if we want to take a look at a few updates that we got over the last few months surrounding Kyrie Irving, we had one that said Kyrie Irving is reportedly ahead of schedule in his recovery from ACL surgery. And when we got the news, we were happy because it was back in September. Things were a little bit different. It was before the start of the season. We were hoping that the team was going to look good around Christmas time, maybe even around this time. But then we got another report where Jason Kidd on Kyrie Irving said he's on schedule but not ahead of schedule, saying that it's unfair to him and us. And that's been more or less how these updates have been about Kyrie Irving. We see him in the gym putting up shots. There's videos, there's pictures of him working out. He's not in a brace or in crutches or with his knee wrapped up. No, Kyrie Irving, he's even at games, standing up, sitting down, talking to people, moving, obviously playing basketball, maybe on a lighter scale than a full-blown game, but we do know that Kyrie Irving is ramping up his progression. He is ready to return. Multiple reports say that he is wanting to come back now, but they're kind of holding him back to make sure that he doesn't come back too soon. And I think that we can all agree, we don't want Kyrie Irving to come back too soon, but we desperately need Kyrie Irving back. Brandon Williams, on one hand, has been amazing for the Dallas Mavericks. He can score, get his own points. When he's able to, he can get other players involved. He's had some games with a good amount of assists, some games not so much, but overall, Brandon Williams has been great. Then you got D'Angelo Russell, where to start the season, he was good. In a few isolated games, he looked great. We wanted more of him, or maybe it was just me who was yelling that they wanted to see more of D'Angelo Russell. But then we got more D'Angelo Russell, and that's when some of us, myself included, realized I don't want that much of D'Angelo Russell. I'm good on that. We need Kyrie. The point guard experiment with Cooper Flag failed. We realized that Brandon Williams is better than D'Angelo Russell. Now we need Kyrie, especially when our other point guard, Dante Exum, he ain't coming back anytime soon. No one knows where he is. I don't even know if I've seen him at games sitting on the court side in street clothes. Don't know where he is. But the fact of the matter is, we need Kyrie Irving. But we need him to come back when he's ready, not just because he wants to. But we take a look right here. We also got a little quote from Jason Kidd not too long ago where he said, Jason Kidd on Kyrie Irving's return, we just can't wait to get Kai back at some point. Hopefully it's in the year of 25 and not 26. Could we see Kyrie on the court by Christmas Day? And this, again, another update, another quote from Jason Kidd about Kyrie Irving that a lot of fans were like, yes, that means he could come back this year. We don't have to keep watching this horrible basketball. The Mavericks season is saved. Not really. I mean, obviously, Jason Kidd isn't a medical doctor. He would be the first one to tell you that he's not a doctor. But there is a report. We're getting there. There's a report that came out yesterday about Kyrie Irving, and this should be the definitive report to highlight exactly where he is in his recovery. And the report is as follows. Mark Spears speaks on Kyrie, saying, Kyrie's looking good. He's ahead of schedule. He's working out with the purpose of playing this season. If it was the playoffs, he could play right now. Now, if you want to take Mark Spears for his word, then take him for his word. If you don't trust what he has to say, I totally understand. Because we've heard this before, that Kyrie Irving is ahead of schedule. And if you don't give us a timetable, then what schedule is he ahead of? But with everything that's been going on with the Dallas Mavericks after the firing of Nico Harrison, a lot of people are starting to piece things together. If all the reports about Kyrie Irving being ahead of schedule, that if the playoffs were to start now, he'd be ready to play, are true, then why isn't he coming back? Is it because we don't have Anthony Davis? Is Kyrie Irving waiting for AD to come back to also make his return? We know that AD will be reassessed in about 7 to 10 days. I think it's about 7 days from the time of this recording. So in a week, we should have another update on AD. That'll push it close to Thanksgiving time, and we have the holiday. So let's bleed that into early December as a realistic time frame where we could see Anthony Davis. Now, when he does get reassessed, maybe he needs more time. Maybe that's why Kyrie Irving is waiting. Maybe Kyrie Irving is ready to come back now, and maybe even in a 15 minutes per game situation where obviously he has to ramp up his return. But with everything going on, if Anthony Davis doesn't come back till December, and if Kyrie Irving is ready now, we may see Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving back way before than what we thought. Now, is this smart? Is this a good idea? Don't know. I'm not Kyrie. You're not Kyrie. We don't know what his knee looks like. We don't know how he feels. But if you know Kyrie Irving, he trusts himself very much. He knows his body. He's not going to rush himself to come back and potentially ruin his entire, or I guess the rest of his career with a season or with a career ending or even a season ending injury. We know that Kyrie Irving's smart. Kyrie Irving will take his time. He will do all the things that he needs to do to make sure he is good to go. Yes, Kyrie loves basketball. He's a champion. He's a competitor. He's a player, but he's not going to risk everything just to try to come back early. But if we are going to believe the reports, not just the one from Mark Spears, but the ones prior that all seem to say the same thing, that Kyrie Irving is ahead of schedule. Kyrie Irving looks good and ready to go. If the playoffs were to start now, Kyrie Irving will be playing. If that's the case, then why isn't Kyrie Irving back right now? Because he's waiting for Anthony Davis. Because he sees that we were struggling with just AD. And we would probably struggle if it was just Kyrie. But if Kyrie Irving returns alongside Anthony Davis, maybe, just maybe, we will finally see some winning basketball. And this would also make sense, as we do know that both Kyrie Irving and Jason Kidd are pretty much begging Mark Cuban not to trade Anthony Davis. Why? Because Kyrie Irving plans to come back and play alongside him. Maybe this is a big bag of copium. Maybe I'm just watching too many losses to even think straight. But the team needs Kyrie Irving. The team can't function without a proper point guard. If we take a look right here, this is the box score from last night's loss against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And if you look in the assist column at the very bottom, as a team, we had 13 assists total in 20 turnovers. Kyrie Irving, save us. Kyrie Irving, please come back and fix the Dallas Mavericks. We can't function. Obviously, we're missing the main piece in all of it, and that is Kyrie Irving. We have shooters. We have defenders. We got big men. We got guards. But we don't have a Kyrie for everything to come back together, for everything to really work the way it's supposed to. But we have to wait and see. The Dallas Mavericks have another string of tough games coming up. The holidays are coming up. But until we get that update from Anthony Davis, I don't think we're going to get a real update about Kyrie Irving. So make sure you're subscribed, because we're going to be going over every little bit of updates that we get around our players. But let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that Kyrie Irving could come back right now and play? Do you believe that he's just waiting for AD to get healthy so he can come back with him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.